priorities that we have at Temple University right now is to enhance our globally connected campus. And so the goal really for having a global connected campus is to really establish integrated hubs where our students can have access to. We want more student learning. We want to really enhance opportunities for enrollment, for engagement with our alumni and other corporate partners. We really want to have places where our reputation, the stories that we can tell about the success of Temple University can really be realized. Right now, we have a campus in Rome. The Provost Mandel and I just got back from Temple Rome last week. And we had an opportunity to really spend time with the students and the faculty who are there. That campus is 45 years old. It offers students a whole wide variety of topic areas. It started off with a concentration in art history, and now that has expanded from art history to architecture, to business, to law, to English language, Italian language as well. And so our students have the opportunity to go over there, Temple students, for a full year, their first year of college. They can spend their first year at Temple Rome. They can go later in their undergraduate experience for a full semester. 60% of the students at Temple Rome come from Temple University. 40% come from other universities. So we met students from Duke University, the University of Virginia, UCLA, Carnegie Mellon, Wellesley. So there's a whole cadre of students from around the country and around the world who experience the academic program there at Temple Rome. We also have a 50-year-old program. We're going to celebrate this year the 50th anniversary of our Tokyo campus in Japan. And so that is a nationally recognized program by the Japan Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology. It's a degree granting campus with a multinational student body, so students from Temple, from all over Asia, other institutions as well. And so again, we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of that campus in the spring. We have other opportunities for extending our global campus that we are exploring right now too. So in addition to Rome and in addition to Tokyo, we have a 25-year program that's out in Los Angeles right now. And that program is focused on film and television arts. And so we're looking to expand that program as well. But right now, and for the last 25 years, you can go out to Los Angeles and you can study for a semester as part of our LA program. And so we're looking to enhance the opportunities that our students have to take advantage of that in the entertainment mecca of the United States and of the world. A couple other places where we are exploring, where we have established programs, not quite as long as Los Angeles, Rome, and Tokyo, but nonetheless, we have programs. So Oviedo in Spain, we have a partnership. CLA has a partnership with the University of Oviedo. And so we have a spring program there focused on language and culture. So there's an opportunity for us to expand there in Spain. We also have a program in partnership with our law school in Beijing. That's a longstanding partnership with Tsinghua University. So we have opportunities to expand on that. Other areas that we're exploring include the Middle East and Ajman and Israel, Latin America and South America, and Brazil and Costa Rica. In Africa, we have opportunities in Morocco, Egypt, Nigeria, and Kenya. And then in Asia, in India, Taiwan, and Vietnam. So again, Temple University has hundreds of thousands of alumni all around the world. We're looking for opportunities for our students to benefit from the economies around the world. We're looking for opportunities for our alumni and our faculty and our current students to engage in a variety of different hotspots and economic locations around the world. And so we have 3 established locations already in Tokyo and Rome and Los Angeles, and we're looking to expand on that so that we can continue to give our students more of a value add for what they're looking for. So I'm really proud to say that the programs that we have are really thriving. There's opportunities for us to expand pretty easily, and this is something that our students are asking for and our faculty are asking for, and we're uniquely equipped to do that. So more to come on that, but we're excited about where we are now.
Thank you. Moving on to approval of the minutes for July 12th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Having a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes passed. Okay, moving to governance and nominating committee. Trustee Greenberg, and who's Greenberg or Phil?
I'm going to sub because he had to leave.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. first recommendation concerns you, so you have the option of either leaving the room or covering your eyes.
I'll leave the room.
That the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, duly elect Mitchell L. Morgan as Chairman of the Board of Trustees at the University of the Commonwealth System of Higher Education to serve until the next annual meeting of the Board of Trustees in accordance with the bylaws of the university, and I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Would someone invite the chairman back in, please? Thank you.
He's in the next one.
Well, no, I guess the chairman on the one. Because if they fight it, we don't know whether they're fighting against yours or the other five.
Thank you.
It was close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, once again. This is the nomination of university trustee, the recommendation of the nominating committee that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, re-elect the individuals listed below to the Board of Trustees of Temple University of the Commonwealth System of Higher Education for a 4-year term effective immediately in accordance with the bylaws of the university, and their names are listed under Title 3, and I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And let the record show that the trustees, I assume that are listed here, did not vote specifically for themselves.
That's correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Okay. Item number 4, Mr. Chairman, is that the appointment to the Board of Trustees of Temple University Health System. That the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, approve the appointment and/or reappointment of the following individuals to the Board of Directors of Temple University Health System, each for a 3-year term in accordance with the bylaws of Temple University Health System. And those 4 individuals are listed under item number 4, and I so move.
Second.
motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, and I assume again that the 1, 2, 3, 4 board members did not vote for themselves.
Yep.
I'd like to just say one thing. I'm so excited that James Scacchetti is back on that board. Thrilled to have your expertise and knowledge guide that board into greatness.
Thanks.
Not to specifically not say anything about the other ones, but they've been on the board. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The appointment to the Board of Directors is number 5 of Temple Educational Support Services. The recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, appoint the following individuals as directors of the Temple Educational Support Services to hold such office in accordance with the bylaws of TES. And their names are listed under item number 5. There are 10 of them, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And again, the same provision. I assume that the board members that are listed did not vote for themselves.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes my report.
I think you
Yeah,
should.
there's one more on item 6, next page. Sorry.
Thank you. Item number 6, nomination of the university officers. That the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, appoint the officers listed below to hold such offices in accordance with the bylaws of the university. Those offices and the names of those appointed are listed under item number 6, and I so move.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving to academic affairs, trustees.
Yes, the Academic Affairs, Student Success, and Diversity Committee had their first meeting in which we constituted a committee. We had 2 items for recommendation. First is for consideration of tenure, where the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of this committee, pursuant to the procedures outlined in the Temple University Faculty Handbook and the collective bargaining agreement between Temple University and the Temple Association of University Professionals regarding the granting of faculty tenure, recommend that the Board of Trustees grant tenure to the faculty that are on the list in the file in the office of the provost. You want to take them separately?
It's up to you.
Okay, so I'll move that motion and ask you for a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The second motion for recommendation is for the academic program action, where our committee has authorized the officers to implement the academic program action set forth in agenda reference 8. I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all of our report.
Thank you. Moving to the standing committees.
Mr. Chairman, in a sort of a different approach on this, the reports of the standing committees are found at tabs 9 to 13.
Okay, great. Thank you. Moving to the officers' reports. Treasurer's report, David Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The recommendation that the investment reports for the 3 months ended June 30, 2022 be received, said report being included and identified as set forth in agenda reference 14.
Thank you.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Secretary's report, Michael Gephardt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the presentation of degrees in course dated December 15th, 2022 to candidates approved by the appropriate academic committees of the faculty.
Have a motion?
So moved.
And a second. Motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, the second recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the presentation of degrees in course for the School of Law candidates who regularly complete their studies in December to be dated January 2023.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. That concludes your report.
Sorry, yes, Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving to the guest speakers, President of the Faculty Senate, Kamika, is she here?
She is. She's on screen.
Green.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Provost Mandel, and distinguished guests. We are at the midpoint. Most of our students have already taken midterms and are well on their way to completing another successful semester. Mr. George Kinney, Jennifer Wallace, and Scott Sauer, Chief Operating Officer for the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA, the largest mass transit agency in the United States, was guest at our September 13th Representative Faculty Senate meeting. And Sauer made an impressive presentation about all of the initiatives that SEPTA has undertaken to address issues of safety and COVID-19 as a way to encourage faculty and students alike to take advantage of their transportation system and perhaps even to reduce our carbon footprint. We were very intrigued about developing a relationship between SEPTA and Temple University where there might be reduced prices for a SEPTA pass for faculty, staff, and students. And so we have asked for some data to help us think about the ridership and how to move forward with such a Temple pass. This evening, Brenda Bond and the 21 CPT member Roberto Villasenor will be speaking with the Faculty Senate Steering Committee about public safety. And then on November 17th, coming again to speak with the larger Representative Faculty Senate as part of that long-term report by Charles Ramsey and his team. My Vice President, Dr. Sheree Amini, and I met last week with the Pennsylvania Leadership Committee, made up of the faculty leaders from our peer institutions, Penn State, Pitt, and Lincoln. This is our second year as a collective, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share best practices. Everyone is sort of bracing for the election in November and how it will impact higher education in Pennsylvania, and we are bracing along with them. Faculty Senate Committee CATA continues to provide names for the ongoing administrative searches. And let me take one last opportunity to once again congratulate President Wingard and the entire Board of Trustees for an incredibly powerful and moving investiture, followed by a splendiferous homecoming weekend. It was my absolute privilege an honor to have been a part of it. And that completes my report.
Oh. Very inspiring. Thank you. Moving on to the president of student government.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, President Lindbergh, Provost Mandel, and members of the board. The Temple Student Government is proud to announce that the semester thus far has been one of immense success and progress on behalf of the student. Our past homecoming game against Rutgers had the highest attendance I've ever seen in my time at Temple University, and student participation was active and engaged across all measures during homecoming festivities. I'd also like to thank President Wingard for the opportunity to get his ceremony. This past week,
And you did a really good job. For those of you who weren't there, Cameron Hall, who's the professional, made a mistake and started to read his script. And then she stopped, put you on the stage, and you ad-libbed, and you talked like a professional. And then it went right into- That Temple made guy is awesome.
I would like to commend the acting class I took at Temple for giving me. This past week, the student government met with U.S. Senator Bob Casey for a long and thoughtful discussion on issues college students face, especially college affordability, civic involvement, issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, public safety, and sustainability. With regards to college affordability, we discussed measures the federal government can take to alleviate the cost burden of college students beyond simple debt forgiveness and including student loan refinancing and increased funds to the Pell Grant program. Our focus on sustainability and affordability was also incredibly productive, as Dr. Williams-Witherspoon mentioned. On October 5th, SEPTA made the announcement that they will be expanding their SEPTA Key Advantage program, which will allow for large institutions and organizations to purchase key cards and distribute them to its members. This program is currently used by Drexel University, Penn Medicine, Wawa, and FMC, which is headquartered in Philadelphia. And if Temple were to join this UPATH program, it would have enormous benefits to both our commuter population and to our on-campus population as well, by reducing costs for SEPTA and public transit, easier accessibility, and improving the overall local economy. With SEPTA now inviting local universities and colleges to enroll in the program, TSG will continue to collaborate with SEPTA and the Office of Sustainability to make this important move that will reduce costs for students, promote the economy, and improve the overall Philadelphia environment. With the midterm elections now only 4 weeks away, I would also be remiss if I did not discuss civic engagement. Currently, a petition conducted independently of TSG calling on Temple to cancel Election Day has surpassed 4,000 signatures in a remarkably short period of time. With this consequential upcoming election, I would encourage all professors to cancel classes when applicable, not hold exams or have any major assignments to do that day, and have a flexible attendance policy if they do choose to hold classes. And I would also call on all student organizations and clubs to ensure all voter eligible members are registered, encourage that their voter eligible members have a plan to vote, and to encourage all their members to vote, whether that be through in-person voting, absentee ballots, or early voting. And while I will not tell students which candidates or party to vote for, I do encourage all students to ensure that they are voting for pro-Temple candidates. Supporting Temple University is not a partisan issue, and in Harrisburg and in Washington, Democrats and Republicans can both reach across the aisle to support our great state universities. By supporting Temple, the economic stimulus it provides, the employment opportunities it has, and the residents and students it keeps in Pennsylvania has enormous benefits and defies any partisan disagreements. Looking forward to the remainder of the semester, I have the utmost confidence that the student body will remain involved, continue to participate in every aspect of student life, and will vote at the highest levels in the upcoming midterm elections. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's a short agenda today. I do want to just say, I think I've said this before, but I, as the chair, I feel real honored to be involved in Temple University, the health system. And I have not had the experience of being a very active athletic trust. And so at the suggestion of our president, I went and met with the football team, which was an amazing experience for me. And they were coached very well because all 70 or 80 of them were set up really straight. They all had a pad and pencil, and they were very engaging. And I explained to them that I don't know anything about football, but I know that I used to sell shoes in Germantown and Lehigh. And if it wasn't for my Temple degree, I'd still be in Germantown, Lehigh selling shoes. So yes, I want you to win, but more important, I want you to graduate because your degree will take you really places that you never expected. I had the same opportunity to go into the Temple rowing team, both men and women. I was there at 6:15 in the morning. They were there at 5:15 working out, and I had the opportunity to go on the water with our rowing team and the coach. You know, I didn't have to row. I was able to side by side. And so, but the experience that I took away from is that athletics is more than just winning. Athletics is the camaraderie that our students have and how important it is for them to mature as young adults. Yeah. And, you know, as a parent, I had my 3 children involved in sports all the time for exactly those same reasons. And I didn't realize how important it is for a college experience for the same reasons that, you know, that but now my 6-year-old grandchild is on a soccer team. It's the same thing for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds to have that camaraderie about the team and about their fellow athletes. The other thing is I always ask the question of the athletes, and I say, you know, anyone have a question? And the football team was very prepared, and someone said, how much do you make as chair? And I said, well, that's a really good question. How much do you think I make as chair? And they said $10 million. $2 million. No, first it was 10, and then someone said, anyone have another guess? And then it was $2 million. And then someone said maybe a couple 100,000, and I said 0. And then the president, of course, corrected me and said, no, it cost him money. So I know it costs all of my fellow trustees. I know we're all making a lot of money, which is 0, but I do really support and really appreciate all my fellow trustees and how much work it is. But, you know, I think as Winston Churchill said, I'm sure I'll get it wrong, the more I give, the more I get. And it's really a wonderful experience. And I know we do this passionately. And I just love being here and love how we're changing lives. And so thank you for the opportunity to be your chair. And with that, I move on to, is there any old business? Any new business? Then I think we'll have a motion to adjourn. And for those of you who are joining us, where are we going?
Over to Sullivan Hall.
Sullivan Hall.
Find someone.
Great, thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Great talking, man.
Great, us.